You know, there's not anything more fun than loading up a group of teenagers and heading out on a summer trip. But all the registration fees and the miles in the church van aren't worth it if your students come home and they're not any different a month later. So what we need is something more than just an entertaining week away from home. You need a summer event that calls them to life change. And that event is called Move. And our approach is simple.
We believe God's Word is priority. We believe it is final, powerful, and effective. And that's why it directs everything that we do. It'll be evident when you come, but picture your students immersed in God's Word like never before. Each day is centered on Bible study and solid teaching. So at Move, you can be confident that your students will come face to face with the truth of Jesus.
Worship is a natural response to God's truth, but music is just the beginning. And that's why at Move, we give your students several different opportunities to connect with God. Community service projects that will convict their spirits, interactive art pieces and experiential worship sets that will push their senses, relevant film that will stir their soul. Listen, no matter what avenue they choose, your students will have an opportunity to connect with God at Move.
Growing closer to God causes us to grow closer to one another. And whether you've got a group of 3 or 300, we trust that Move will be a place where memories are made and friendships are formed. We don't want just casual camp relationships. We want to help you foster authentic community. It's our hope that long after the event, your students will continue to serve one another, to pray with one another, to see Jesus in one another. And we know spiritual highs don't last, but we believe the bonds that are formed because of them do.
Move stretches beyond a 5-day event. It's a place we call students to be the church in their corner of the world. We want students to think what God is doing globally. Move calls students to reach the persecuted in Asia and the sick in Africa and the hurting in algebra. We want students to act locally and globally. We move because we're part of a kingdom that's about action. We move because we want to see 1 million kingdom workers over the next 10 years. We move because the mission of Christ matters here.
And here.
And here.
Your students need more than just one more event this summer.
They need more than just an escape.
They need to move.